The JJDPA matters because it's critical for us to make sure we're investing in the lives of every young person.
At the time I began doing juvenile justice reform work in the late 1970s, there were about 500,000 children held every year in adult jails and police lockups for some period of time. It was an enormous number of children locked in jails all over the country.
There is a vast difference between the juvenile side of things and the adult side of things. And on the adult side of things, no services, no opportunities for rehabilitation or restorative justice practices.
There was an awareness built when the act was authorized around the need to treat kids as kids. You know, that the idea that they should be not put into adult jails, that they should be kept separated from adult offenders, that we should be thinking twice before locking up a kid who's running away, more than likely running away from something rather than to something. Later to come into the act around the issues around disproportionate minority confinement, now contact. I think these were reminders to us that there was an overarching set of values and principles that we needed to pay attention to.
Using those core requirements really does give us the leverage when you have folks who don't want to do the right thing because it's the right thing.
Yeah, the JJDPA matters because no individual state can do what the federal government does on this, and the federal government, with even a relatively small amount of money, can really change the way states do juvenile justice, and we really do need reforms in our juvenile justice system.
With a newly updated and reauthorized Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act, we would see a different outcome in the states. We would see a lot less kids being locked up in adult jails. We would see children getting access to effective rehabilitative programs, particularly programs in the community that can effectively serve young people. We would see family members having contact with the justice system because their children are in the system, playing a leadership role in ensuring that the JJDPA is fully implemented in the states. And we would see young people experiencing a much different justice system than they do today.
We have too many kids in the juvenile justice system who are not delinquents, and that the juvenile justice system should only be reserved for those kids who scare us, which are few of them. And we are over-criminalizing juvenile behavior, things that I did as a child, things that many people in that audience today did as a child.
This is a big issue of importance. It affects hundreds of thousands of kids a year, maybe even millions. And Congress needs to get serious about it.